value to our meditations, to any of our practices of stillness and awareness. So whether it be through our art, dance, nature, wherever we can get beyond the mind stories, the mind constantly interpreting the world around us, and really drop into a place of feeling, because that's where we know ourselves. Who we are, the truth of who we are, is not a concept and it's not a thought. It's a felt state of being. So our practices of dropping into that state, that felt state of being, the more we can practice those, the more we can spend time in that place, the more we get to know that place, the more we get to know and trust that true, authentic self rather than the conditioned self. The conditioned self being the self that has learned how to interact with the world based on what society has told us is important. And that's, as you and I both know, probably not the healthiest guide. Like society in general, at large, is not the best guide to teach us, who we really are. It's usually teaching us that we're not enough, that we don't have enough, that we haven't achieved enough. So yeah, our practices of awareness allow us to drop into a felt perception of what wholeness really feels like. And the more that we practice that, the more that we spend time in that place. It's like travel. It's like going to a place for the first time. It's unfamiliar. The language is different. We're a little bit uncomfortable. But the more time we spend in a place, the more familiar it becomes. The more it becomes like home. So we get to spend time in the true home of who we are. And the more we do so, the more accessible that place is when we are out in the world, facing challenges and getting triggered, and the pace of life is moving really fast. The time in our meditations and our practices of awareness and our time in real life and in our waking life become more seamless. So the idea is that what we practice grows stronger. Where we spend time becomes more familiar. So let's spend time dropped into the truth of who we are and our authentic nature, so that it is more accessible to us and more familiar to us when life is more challenging and pressing upon us, and we don't necessarily then drop into the old habits and behaviors. We can access our true, authentic core nature.